What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Lucrecio back at it once more with a playoff update. I know I haven't made a video in a long time, had some equipment issues, but now we're back at it. All right, so starting off with in the East with the Cavaliers, currently 8-0 in the playoffs. They look like, if not the best, I'd say they look like the best team in the NBA right now. They're just steamrolling their competition. It's all based around the three-point shot right now. I guess they're trying to show they could out Golden State, the Warriors, out the Warriors or whatever by shooting the three-point shot. They set records this season. They had 25 threes. I believe it was game 2 or game 3 of the Hawks series, which was a playoff record, which was a regular season record. It was just a record for threes in a single basketball game. They're doing it based around a lot of penetration, a lot of ball movement, which is the thing. It's a whole lot of ball movement. They're swinging the ball around the perimeter. They're passing up the okay shot, the shot that will. They're passing up an open three for a very wide open three, basically. So Channing Frye's been playing better, has been adjusting to that system. Kevin Love has been playing better in the playoffs. He's starting to kind of round into what people thought he would be when Cleveland acquired him. Kyrie Irving's having a good. The Cleveland Cavaliers are just playing really good right now. J.R. Smith had a crazy game a couple games ago. They're clicking on all cylinders right now. It doesn't look like anybody's going to really give them a real test in the East. Maybe Miami in the next round if they even make it. Maybe the Raptors, but I really doubt it. I don't think the Raptors have the personnel to really give Cleveland a run for their money. So Cleveland is looking like the best team in the NBA right now. So definitely a good thing. On to Miami, Toronto. I haven't really sat down and watched complete games in this series. It hasn't entertained me all that much. But right now the Raptors are leading the Miami Heat 2-1. They have some key injuries. Jonas Valanciunas has just been hurt. I think he had an ankle sprain or something like that. They say he's out for the rest of the playoffs, so I guess it wasn't an ankle sprain, but an ankle injury. And then I believe Hassan Whiteside is day-to-day MCL sprain. So two big men, two very important, and Valanciunas has been playing really good this offseason. He had a couple good games last series. So we'll see what happens with that series. I'm rooting for Miami because I like a lot of people want to see Cleveland versus Miami in the Eastern Conference Finals. Part of me feels like Toronto might knock off the Heat, which shouldn't be a surprise. Toronto was the number 2 team in the Eastern Conference the whole season almost. Moving on, we have OKC and the Spurs, and then Golden State and Portland. Now, Golden State and Portland, even though during the regular season I thought Portland played Golden State okay. Damian Lillard did have that one game, 51 points, and they blew out the Golden State Warriors pretty good. Looks like Damian Lillard takes that one-on-one matchup with Steph Curry, even though it's not a one-on-one matchup, but takes going at Steph Curry pretty seriously because he does it and he does it well. Currently, Steph Curry is injured though. So right now the series is 2-1 with the next game happening tonight, and it's interesting because it's in Portland. I do think Portland will win tonight, which will make the game 5 pretty interesting, going back to Golden State, going back to Oakland. So I personally believe this is a pretty big game tonight. If the Warriors win in Portland, it's basically the end of the series. They're going to go close it out in Oakland and then be done with this series and wait for the winner from Oklahoma City and San Antonio. However, if they lose, they go back to Golden State tied 2-2. And I think it was Howard Beck or somebody who made a pretty valid point about Steph Curry not having played in like 30 days or played 2 games or a total of 38 minutes within the last 30 days. So he'd be coming back battling with rust and, trying to get his rhythm back and his timing and things of that nature. I thought that was a very good point. and also with the teammates, you know, adjusting to playing without him. So they'd come back with against a team that has just beat them twice at home with another star player, Damian Lillard, and they're just trying to get their rhythm down as a team, get Steph Curry back, you know, as the focal point of the offense. I feel like that's a lot to take place, and then, you know, Portland plays them fairly okay anyway. So I think it's if the Warriors lose today, I think it's dangerous territory for the Warriors. I do think this series may go 7 games. 7 games if the Portland wins tonight, and then 5 games, obviously, if the Warriors were to win tonight. Moving on. San Antonio versus OKC. This is a pretty crazy series. It started off with a blowout, and then OKC won, and then San Antonio narrowly won game 3, and then OKC, you know, they won game 4. They kind of put it on San Antonio a little bit. It wasn't a blowout or anything, but they won game 4. It wasn't like a narrow victory necessarily. So, that being the case, this series being tied 2-2, my pick originally in this series was OKC, which was a very unpopular pick because a lot of people think, you know, San Antonio the only people San Antonio could lose to this year is Golden State. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think OKC has the ability to beat both teams. Now, I say that now, and we'll see what happens. But I do think OKC, even though OKC did not beat the Warriors one time this season, every single game I felt like they should have won. I felt like they played better, like almost the whole game, and just kind of fell apart in the fourth quarter. I do think OKC will beat San Antonio in this series. I feel like just Kevin Durant is just a impossible matchup for anybody. As you can see, Kawhi Leonard, hands down the best defender in the NBA, easily. Okay, with Draymond Green getting, you know, a little honorable mention, but Kawhi Leonard is that guy on the defensive end of the basketball, and he can't check Kevin Durant. Nobody in the NBA can really check Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is a problem for everybody, obviously, but I think OKC will knock off San Antonio. I just think even with all the star power and the great coach in the San Antonio, we're starting to see Tim Duncan. We're starting to really see Tim Duncan look bad. I mean, the last game, it didn't look good. Tim Duncan didn't look that great, but we're starting to see it winding down. So we're left with LaMarcus Aldridge, who has been a beast this series, and Kawhi Leonard facing, you know, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook. We see Cantor having better games. Serge Ibaka has been a little inconsistent to me. But I just think OKC will pull this victory out. And in my dream scenario, we'll see in the Western Conference Finals, Golden State and OKC. And then in the East, Cleveland and Miami. So we'll see what happens. Of those, I would have OKC and Cleveland going to the finals, and then Cleveland winning the finals. But who's to say what will happen? This has been a crazy playoff so far. So we'll see. Also, more videos are going to be coming soon. The drought is over, whatever you want to say. So, yeah, see you next time. All right.